Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Simon, and this is Brett.
Out and coming out of his house. His house under the table, didn't you know that? It's super rare. And he's waving. And questioning why is a box here.
Well, we find out if he shuts up for 5
And
seconds.
he's going to continue waving.
Well, I say he shuts up for 5 seconds. You shut up for 5 seconds. He don't say nothing.
How dare you?
Finished?
Are you?
Well, no, I ain't even got started yet.
I know.
Anyway, before we start this video, I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody that has subscribed to our channel. And if you haven't done so already, I ask that you consider doing so, as it would really help us out. Now, I haven't been very well for the last couple of weeks, and I'm still getting over it.
You can tell that by his drony voice, blocked nose sounding voice, and mild aggression
I haven't got any aggression.
to bears.
I haven't touched a bear. That doesn't count.
It does.
Nut job. Anyway,
You touched a super bear.
for this week, the videos aren't going to
Probably
be...
broke whatever's in there.
Will you
now.
shut up? This week, the videos aren't going to be quite the same as normal because I'm still getting over what
Like
I
you
had. And so next week, they'll all be back to normal.
You
But
hope.
this is actually something that happened to me whilst I wasn't very well.
With the flu.
Because, well, it's actually kind of funny because I
He
think...
can't read.
Yes, I can.
No one who has the flu.
Yes, I can.
I still question, can he read normally?
Why don't you shut up for 5 seconds?
No. No.
Now I'm aggressive to bears. Right.
See, he said it. He's admitting it.
Anyway, if he lets me get a word in, just before I was unwell,
That's when he gets
my mum came to me and asked me 2 things. The first one was she gave me a little piece of paper with 3 names of authors that she quite likes, and she asked me to look for some books of these 3 authors. 2 authors she gave me specific books she wanted, and then the other one she didn't. Now, she said to me, I'd really like these for Christmas. If you'd surprise me, it'd be fantastic. I'd love it. And I said, fine, I'll see what I can do.
I don't think she said all that.
She sort of did. But then she said, would I take her to a sporting stadium because she was going for a flu shot? And I said, yeah, fine. So I took her to the flu shot, and ironically, then I caught the flu. I hope. Well, I think it was the flu.
Wow, what
So,
was the odds?
whilst I
you
was
go
on-
to get a flu shot, you get the flu.
I didn't get the flu shot.
No, you go to help someone get a flu shot, and then
Yeah,
you get
no.
the flu.
The irony was not lost on me. The happiness was. but
That's why you sound so depressed.
whilst I had the flu, I thought, I might as well make a bit of use of my time. So I looked for the books that my mum wanted. And the first author with the specific book she wanted, fine, found it, click, bought. Second author, she didn't have a specific book she wanted. So I found one, click, bought. The third one, however, I couldn't find the specific book she wanted. So I was looking through and I found this one. And I thought, well, that's
This one's
all
the
right.
one he-
It seems quite good. Well, I say it seems quite good. I saw a title and it said, it's a book by that woman. So I was like, okay. Price was fine. So I clicked onto it and just pressed buy it now. And all 3 books turned up. But when this one turned up, it was in a thin package. And my wife said, oh, have you bought a DVD? And I said, no, I bought books. So she brought it in and I opened it up. And it's a rather thin book, which I thought, okay, maybe this person does smaller stories. So it's by
What
an
does it say?
author called Rosamund Pilcher. And it's called Summerwind. And I thought, great.
Someone
Then I
had to
looked
be
at the
beans.
back, and it says on the back, summer in Cornwall, das bed, and then it's all in German. So I was like, oops. And I opened up the book, and the whole thing is in German. And I was a bit
No one knows in
surprised
this house
since I
how to
used
speak German.
since I used Amazon.co.uk.
Because for some reason German's not a language that's taught in schools.
It is.
Not my school.
Well, no, when I went to school, yeah, it went in years. So my years I kind of learnt French.
You still can't speak a word in French.
Yes, I can, as long as I want to go to a swimming pool. But the book came and I was like, hang on, I bought this from Amazon.co.uk. Why is it all in German? So I went back on the website, and sure enough, the front title, when you're looking through your list of all the books and everything by the author, it just says the lady's name and the book name. So I clicked on it again. Now when you get inside, it says the name and everything else, but in brackets it says German. And I was
Who
like,
she can't
"Oh."
read.
So then I scrolled down to the reviews, and the top 3 reviews were everybody who has bought this book and figured out that it's in German. Like, loads of people have been caught out, because what it should do is on the first page where you see it, it should say German there, but it doesn't say it till you click on. The trouble is, I think I saw the name of the person, saw that it's a book, and to be honest, the price wasn't that bad compared to some of the
That's
other
the
books.
reason.
And clicked on it, just went buy it now, and well, now I've got a German book. So
What are you going to do with this German book?
what am I going to do with it?
Learn German?
No, I ain't. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Well, if you want to be able to read this, first of all, learn German. Second of all, get a refund.
I showed it to my mum and said, look, I bought you a book by who you wanted. Do you want to learn how to read German by Christmas so you can keep it? She went, no, I do not. I was like, oh, yeah. Miserable. I bought you a nice present. Least you could do is be grateful and learn the language, eh? But she didn't. So, it's a little lesson for you.
Well-
Number 1, even if you're on Amazon in your own country, check that everything is actually in your country's
Wait,
language.
You could
And
have
number
watched
2,
something else.
don't order things when you've got the flu, because this isn't the only thing I messed up on. Because
He messed up on way too much.
I also bought my wife a Christmas present, and then she said she don't want it, which actually I'll do a video on in a minute, and I'll put that one up after this one.
Here's something though.
What?
Here's another thing you could do. So, here's the ways you can read this book if you can't speak German. First of all, learn German.
Or get somebody German to read it.
Do that. Or third option, Google Translate.
I know what would happen if I found somebody German to read a book to me.
Oh.
I'd go up to them and go, excuse me, would you please read this book to me? And they'd say, yeah. And then they'd sit there and go, I'm going to butcher this language now. They'd go, ich selber nicht, ganz, whatever. And then I go, hang on, what are you doing? They go, I'm reading it to you. I meant, no, could you translate it into English? Oh, well, that's not what you asked, is it? And then they'll probably read a German book to me. Although, do you know what's funny?
Well,
I've just remembered this. I've got an album somewhere, which I used to listen to when I was younger in the 90s. I think it was the 90s, might have been 2000s. And it's by a band called Rammstein. And that's all in German, and yet I used to listen to that quite happily. But there ain't nowhere I'm reading a German book.
because you don't even read books that often.
I have read books.
Have you read one in the last year?
Does the Radio Times count?
No.
Then no. Anyway, if you like this video and you want to see more, maybe when we're back to normal, if that's actually the case, are we ever normal?
I am your bit.
Are you sure you are? You're playing with a bear. But if you like this video, you want to see
How
more,
dare you.
please subscribe. And for now, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye. He's waving. He's kick the book. Kick the book. Kick the book.
Let me get him a bucket to kick.
Pull the book. And I'll spin the book. And now he's off.